I have a friend in North Carolina that has a $650,000 a year business. Over half of that is profit. And all he does is he set up a tracker that looks at Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for people getting rid of sheds. Generally speaking, they're giving them away for free because no one wants a shed. No one even thinks to take a used shed, or they will pay to get rid of it because they're selling the house and the new buyer has said, I'm not closing until that shed is gone. So they go to Facebook Marketplace, they post it. What he does is he says, hey, either I'll come get it for free or pay me and I'll come get it. And he has a little machine where he goes and puts the forks underneath the shed, lifts it up, puts it on the back of his flatbed truck. And by the time he puts it on his truck, it's already sold. He gets pictures of it from the seller before he even goes and sees it in person. Then he will list it on Facebook Marketplace with free delivery included, because that's the big hang up. Who has a massive flatbed truck that looks like this? No one. And then he'll sell it for $400 to $2,000 and he gets it for free. It's just his time. Yes, those flatbed trucks can be expensive. You can rent them to prove out the business model before going all in on it. But this is a business, the shed flipping or shed delivery business, that nobody talks about. He supplements about 30% of his income by going through shed companies. Every time they sell a shed, they need someone to deliver it. They're not in the delivery business. They'll call him up, pay him $400 to $500 to go pick up the shed from the lot and deliver it. So multiple business ideas all in this one shed. You can assemble them and build them, get some plans online, learn how to do it, get a table saw, get a chop saw, sell them on Facebook Marketplace for a slight profit. You can upgrade to more custom jobs. You can build sheds on site. You can move sheds. You can store sheds. You can convert sheds into tiny homes, rent them out per month, or just sell it as an actual tiny home. Buy a shed, finish it out, resell it as an actual tiny home. I just love this. Also, fun fact, there's a business called shedramps.com that does over $10 million in revenue. Guess what they do? They make and they build and they sell shed ramps. Some of them imported from China, some of them built on site from their factory. There are a million ways to make $1 million. The thing about living in the city is you don't know what problems that rural folk like myself have. I am sitting inside a 30-inch diameter, 20-foot culvert that I had cut in half and delivered to my property. It was $900. And I bought it from a company that does 7 figures a year, and guess what they do? They sell culverts. That's it. Most people will go their whole lives never hearing or saying the word culvert because it doesn't apply to them. Well, I have this property and it's split in half by this ditch, and I wanted to drive from the front to the back of it, and I couldn't. So I had to put in these massive culverts. I started by putting in these smaller ones right here, and they quickly got washed out. Now I got these two 30-inch diameter culverts. I rented an excavator, $600. I spent the day having a blast, putting dirt on it, taking dirt from there, putting it right there. And it taught me that there is a big market for culverts. I looked at the Google keyword tool. I looked at Google Trends. People are searching for culverts. They're hard to find. With the increase of people buying rural properties and trying to live that farm lifestyle post-COVID, there is a big demand for culverts, large and small. PVC, corrugated metal, corrugated plastic, these ribbed ones right here. And so oftentimes when a municipality widens a road or improves or lays fiber or improves their culverts, they just get rid of it. They pay someone to take it away. I actually found my culverts right here, just driving around, and the city was throwing them away. And I said, hey, can I take these? They said, sure. Took them, listed them on Facebook Marketplace right here, and they're gone. I sold them. Hundreds and thousands of dollars for all of them combined. There is a market for finding and or buying and or selling used and new culverts. You buy directly from the manufacturer, you store it on your land, you list it on Facebook Marketplace. If your organic listings don't get enough traction, you boost it. You pay for some boost and people come pick it up. Or for an extra $200 to $300, you throw it on a trailer and deliver it to them. I'm calling this business Culvert City, California. So this is my friend's trailer. I'm letting him store it here for free because he's a friend. But when I list my land thing on Facebook Marketplace, the vast majority of the demand is from people that want to park their equipment here. Not like someone that owns or rents out 1 or 2 skid steers or excavators. I'm talking about an industrial company or a general contractor that has 3 flatbed trailers, 4 box trailers, a cement truck. These guys have all kinds of different equipment. They always want it fenced, and I don't want them to do that, so I usually say no. They don't even want what's in the building. They just want to rent the land, and they prefer for it to be fenced. That's also a big business. Would you believe that a little 30-amp plug here has the ability to make me more money than this entire building that it's attached to? And no, of course, you don't need a building for a 30-amp plug. This is just a plug for an RV. Preferably it was 50 amp, but this is how I bought it. I can now list out the space right here to RV campers on websites like CampSpot, The Dirt, Boondockers Welcome, Campendium, Harvest Host, and I think a couple more. Better yet, if you have your own RV and you have it parked here, you can of course rent it out for even more because people don't have to bring their own RV. It's basically an RV park, but just with one pad. If you have more demand than you can fulfill, add in more plugs, more pads, septic system, connect it to the city sewer, and you've got yourself an RV park, which I've been buying those for the last 7 years. It's a great business. All right, so if you look behind me, you'll see a huge line of cars. To 99% of people, that looks like noise complaints, that looks like hard time getting out of your driveway, lack of privacy. To me, I see money. I see capitalism. That's why I bought this property. I paid $160,000 for my lot. At the time, it was worth about $300,000, and the reasons were twofold. Number one, this traffic. Yes, it's been a while since I bought this property, but this traffic was bad even back then. I live within 30 minutes of 4 of the fastest growing cities in the country. The second reason I got a good deal for my property is because of the shape. It's very, very narrow. It's a weird shape. People didn't like it. It was unloved. It was unwanted. That's the whole purpose for this video. Today, this same lot, despite its location on a busy road, despite its awkward shape that it still has, is worth $750,000. It's far outpaced the appreciation of the other homes and lots around here because I was willing to take that bet. How can you monetize 22,000 cars driving by a day? Where do I even begin? For my tree trimming business, I wrap my truck, I park it out here. Every time we have a car that we need to sell, I park it out here. If a car's worth $20,000 according to Kelley Blue Book value, I can sell it for $22,000 because more eyeballs equals more money. Think of it this way. If I was selling a widget and I tweeted about it to my 1,000 followers, that widget is worth $100. I could sell it for $100. If Elon Musk, the most followed person on Twitter, tweets about that same object for sale, what could he sell it for? $1,000, $300? No matter what it is, he could sell it for much more, not because he's Elon Musk, but because of that many more eyeballs, millions of eyeballs seeing it. That's more demand. Fixed supply plus increasing demand equals increasing price. That's economics 101. So I used to have a business called Presto Cars. It was a concierge car buying service. We would go to the Mannheim and Odessa auctions and we would buy cars at wholesale at the exact same price, the wholesale price that used auto dealerships get their cars for. Then I would bring that car home. I'd pay $13,000 for it. I would park it right there with a for sale sign and I would sell it for $17,000. You do that once a week, that's $16,000 a month of net profit. Are there headaches? Of course! I ran out of gas, they would break down, it was a pain, but it was profitable. And it was all made possible because of this lot that gets 22,000 cars, 22,000 eyeballs driving by it every single day. So that's why this is my #1 favorite idea, because of the optionality. If you buy a lot, especially if it's zoned residential, because residential buyers do not value this. In fact, they don't like traffic. But if you're willing to look at it from a capitalistic perspective, a monetization perspective, then you can sell anything you want. Billboard, cars, signage, wrapped vehicles, farm stand, lemonade, waters, it doesn't matter. Best and highest use. So every time I see these cars out front, I smile to myself and think, capitalism. You might not know this, but this is not my full channel. If you want to watch the full episode of the segment that you just saw, go ahead and check this out or the link in the description.